Welcome back to Creating Inner Beauty. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to energetically release a difficult or toxic person or situation, finally find closure, and take your power back so that you can move forward in your life. So if you're someone who has gone through a relationship breakup and you know that you need to move on, but you're having a hard time doing so or a hard time letting go of your ex, there's going to be something in this video for you. If you're someone who maybe has had a difficult, toxic, or super critical family member and you want to feel less impacted by their energy and take your power back, this video is going to have something for you as well. Or if you're in a work situation and perhaps you're in a toxic work environment or have a difficult coworker or boss, and you're really wanting to transform the energy of that situation, stay centered and protect your energy field, there's going to be something in this video for you. So if those things resonate, stick around. I'm going to be sharing with you how to clear out these sorts of negative energies, finally release them, and bring yourself some peace so that you can move forward in your life and open up to new situations and all the blessings and abundance that the universe has to offer you. If you don't know me, by the way, my name is Liz. I'm an intuitive coach and healer, and I work with conscious spiritual women who are ready to heal themselves, step into their power and unique intuitive gifts, and manifest soul-aligned lives that they love. And so I really felt drawn to make this video today for a number of different reasons. One is that this question, how do I release this situation? How do I move on? How do I let go of this person and their energy, has been one that showed up in my client sessions over this last week several times. And then I opened up my book for the book club I host, which is called Soul Circle Book Club. We read books about spirituality, personal growth, healing, manifestation. And there was a whole section about rituals to release energetic cords. And those two things coming together let me know that this is something I felt really guided to share with you guys, because it feels like there's somebody out there who might need this information, or multiple people who might need this information. So if that resonates with you, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear that and love to hear if this is helpful for you. So let's first talk about why sometimes it's hard to let go of these challenging energies of certain people in our lives, toxic people, and to really not feel impacted by them. And the reason for that is energetic cords. As humans, we're energetic beings, and when we come into contact with other people, especially those we have close relationships with, our energies connect with one another, and there are energetic cords that get connected between you and the people in your life, right? And so sometimes those cords can be positive. If it's a positive relationship, a positive connection, that energetic cord may be filled with positive emotions going back and forth: love, support, understanding, empathy, care. But if it's a challenging relationship or a negative relationship for you, that energetic cord can be filled with things like fear, guilt, shame, anger, anxiety, judgment, resentment, frustration. So these challenging feelings that go back and forth that are not released. And when you have an energetic cord to another person or to a situation, that energetic cord can drain out your energy. So, you may be going along feeling okay, then all of a sudden this person or the situation pops into your head, and all of a sudden you feel down again. You feel drained. You feel right back into that same place you were before. That's partially because of the energetic cord between you and the person or situation. So it becomes very important to release those energetic cords, cleanse away the energy of whatever situation has unfolded in your life that you don't want to keep with you, so that you can move forward cleanly and clearly. And that's also going to help you bring in new things for yourself. It's extremely difficult when you're still energetically connected to, say, your ex, to really be open to the new love that wants to come in for you. Or if you're really bogged down with the energies of a toxic work environment, it's going to be really hard to put your best foot forward and open up to new opportunities, to abundance, to promotions, to new job offers, etc. Because you have that old energetic clutter kind of weighing you down, right? So we really want to be very intentional and conscious about making sure you can release that energy, bringing yourself to closure if you feel like there is lingering emotions, and take your power back from that situation. So you can create powerfully from that place what you actually want to create for yourself. So I wanted to share with you guys today, the rituals basically I do to help facilitate that process for myself and that I have found very effective. So now before we dive into the actual practices, I do want to say that sometimes you do have to go through this process several times depending on how much emotion and energy there is connected to the person and situation. You may not be ready to release all at once, and healing, especially energetic and emotional healing, tends to happen in layers. So sometimes you need to clear out a layer, feel the release of that, and then do the next layer. So that's very normal. Don't feel like you're aren't doing something correctly, that you're doing anything wrong. And trust the process. Keep doing it until you feel complete, until you notice that this person isn't in your thoughts as much anymore. You don't feel as impacted by them or the situation as much anymore. And you're starting to move on with a different perspective. So keep going. So let's dive into what you actually do. So my first part of this process is to really sit down, set aside a time to write a letter that you never intend to give or send to this person, right? This is going to be just for you, as if you're speaking to them, but about you releasing all of the emotion and energy onto a piece of paper that you would like to release from yourself, right? And I like to kind of make a ritual about this. I will usually light a candle or do this in my altar, my sacred space, sit down, and I will say, the last time I did this, for example, was at the end of the last relationship I had before I met my husband and got married. That was a very difficult breakup for me. I was having a really hard time processing it and letting the person in the relationship go. And so I had to sit down and do this several times. So what I did was I sat down, lit my candle at my sacred space, and I wrote them a letter. And in that letter, or the first version of that letter, because we had to do it a couple times, I poured out everything I was feeling, everything I've been thinking about the situation, everything I wish I said that I didn't say, everything, that I thought about how they behaved, how they reacted. At some points I, in writing kind of yelled or cursed. I didn't censor myself. I just let everything go onto the page and just kept writing until I felt like I couldn't write anymore and I was sort of emptied out and done, right? So I put that out all in the letter. Now, the next phase of this is to destroy the letter in some way. My personal preference would be to burn it, because there's power in working with the element of fire to release and transform energy and emotion and give it up to the universe. So I get a fire-safe container, very carefully set the letter on fire intentionally with intention. I'm releasing all of this energy out to the universe to be transmuted. I'm no longer carrying it with me. I am done, right? If setting it on fire doesn't work for you in your space, or you prefer not to do that, you can always just tear it up into little pieces. You could flush it down the toilet. You could go out into the backyard and bury it. Do whatever works for your situation and what you feel intuitively called to do. If one of those ways of releasing that energy called to you intuitively, trust that. It's always important. Now that you've released the emotions and energy into the letter and you've destroyed the letter, now take a few moments to smoke cleanse yourself, because you've brought up a lot of energy and emotion around you and you want to release that from yourself and your space, right? So you can use any kind of cleansing herb, things like cedar, ethically sourced sage, rosemary might also be a good one to burn. You can also use an incense like frankincense that's really going to cleanse and lighten your energy and space. I don't think of any others you could use. There are a couple others, but they're escaping me right now. But those are some good ones. And then you can always, if you have more questions, ask me below in the comments, or you can do a quick little Google search and search for what are cleansing herbs. You light them on fire, let them begin smoking, and then waft them around your energy field, front and back of your body, soles of your feet, hands, your space that you wrote the letter in, setting the intention that you're releasing any of that energy that remains within and around you and in your space, okay? Then you're going to very intentionally cut any remaining cords between you and this other person or you and the situation. And you can do that by a visualization, or I have a meditation you can use to do this. I'll link it below in the comments. And it's just a process of bringing that person to mind or the situation to mind, and then visualizing and setting the intention that you're disconnecting any energetic cord that goes from you to them, releasing their energy back to them, calling your energy back to you, and then saying that you are complete and done. And if you'd like, and I recommend this, try to get to a point where you can send them just love and blessings so that they're going on their way. On their path, and you're going on your way on your path. Now, I recognize that that part might be challenging, so let me just say a few moments about that. The reason we want to get to a place of forgiveness and sending blessings is that is how, when you fill yourself with that energy, you're no longer carrying all of the negative energy that came from the person or the situation, and you're basically letting them go with love and taking love with you, which is the highest vibration you can be in, right? And I know it's not easy to get there right away, so that may be why you need to do this process several times, but you're coming to a point where you're saying not that what they did was okay. If it was someone who hurt you or did something, that really was not okay, or a situation that was hurtful, you're not saying, hey, this was okay, this was good in any way. You're just saying, I wish to no longer carry the energy of these experiences and this person's energy with me. So I am going to come to a place where I let that go, I send forgiveness, and we are done with this situation. Doesn't mean you have to let them back in, just means you're done, you're complete, okay? So that can be an important part of the cord cutting process. Now that you've done that, I would recommend doing a either bath with Epsom salts, or I don't love baths personally, so what I usually like to default to is a sea salt scrub in the shower. And what you're going to do is you're going to either draw your bath and put in the Epsom salts and soak in them, setting the intention that you're clearing away any remaining energy of the situation or connection, leaving yourself cleansed and refreshed and purified. Or you're going to do that sea salt scrub in the shower. So the way I usually do it is I just get some sea salt from the kitchen, get it at Trader Joe's, usually $1.99 or something, pour it into my hands, hold it, setting the intention that the sea salt, with the assistance of my guides and angels, is going to, and the divine, is going to help me clear away any energy that doesn't serve me, any energy from this connection, any remaining energetic residue that is no longer serving me. I do my sea salt scrub. And then as I shower, I visualize all of that energy, any remaining energy, draining away, draining down into the drain. And then when you're complete with your shower or bath, you should feel yourself at that point feeling refreshed, a little bit lighter, a little bit more purified, which is very beautiful. And then lastly, make sure that you declutter and cleanse your space from anything that reminds you of this or holds the energy of this person or this situation, right? So if you have a bunch of your excess stuff all around or stuff that reminds you of your relationship, you need to release it from your space. If you're not ready to completely let it go and give it away, at least box it up and place it somewhere that you can't see. But I would suggest doing this process until you get to the point where you can let it go and completely get rid of it. Donate it, put it in someone else's hands, be completely done with it. That's going to be the most powerful energetic release. You know, same thing if it's with a family member that's difficult. If there are things that remind you of that person or that situation around you, go ahead and declutter it, put it away or give it away depending on the situation, so that your home and your space feels like a nice, clean, clear sanctuary that is filled with your clear energy that you can then create the next phase of your life, the next things you want to create from, right? So that's going to be very powerful as well. So if you can do this all as one big ritual, I welcome you to give that a try. If you need to do it over the course of several days and come back to parts that don't feel done, don't feel complete, honor that, listen to your intuition, but just know that each of these parts of the process is going to have an impact on this energetic connection and help bring you toward closure. So just as a quick summary, write a letter, get it all out, then burn or otherwise destroy the letter, sage yourself, cut the cords, there's a meditation down below, take a cleansing sea salt or Epsom salt bath or shower and scrub as you set the intention of releasing any of the old energy, declutter. And when you are able to get to a place where you can send the person forgiveness, blessings, and then completely release them and let them go on their way. Okay, so I hope this process serves you. I hope it helps you move forward with your life and open up to all the wonderful new things, new experiences, new relationships that want to come in for you, or that it transforms and elevates any relationship or experience that needs to stay in your life, but can do so in a more elevated and affirming way to you. Okay, so let me know how you like this video, if you give this a try, if it's helpful for you. I'd love to talk about that in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, subscribe to my channel for more videos on healing, spirituality, manifestation, stepping into your power, divine feminine and aligned living. That's what I'm here for, and what I'd love to share with you guys. And if you know somebody who could benefit from this process, please also feel free to share this video with them. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I will see you next time.